Mulligans and Hackers Golf, Season 2, special guest episode number 7. 7 on
Seven.
Season 2.
So
Crazy.
we're over double what we did last year because we only had 2.
Yeah, it's insane. So this time we had a quick little sit-down chit-chat with Mitchell from Biodegradable Golf Balls, which is exactly what it sounds like.
Exactly. And I saw his page on Instagram, and that's where I seen it, and I just kind of clicked on it and I went through some stuff, and I was absolutely intrigued by biodegradable golf balls, because when I first saw it I was like, well, is this golf balls that you use on a golf course, or is this just a niche item, right? And Mitchell explains it really well that this is a niche item, that you wouldn't play it on a golf course, but there is a place where you would use these golf balls, and it's probably not what you would think, but we'll get into that in the episode.
Yeah, no, we had a quick sit down chat with him. He was gracious enough to give us 15-20 minutes of his time. So this is a relatively short podcast in our terms, but it'll be one you guys definitely want to tune into and enjoy. So
and it's number 7.
Yeah.
Do you think crazy. We can get to 10 this year?
I don't know. We'll see. We got a couple weeks left before the season opens, so we'll try.
Before we start our season and then go back into podcasts on Mulligans and Hackers Tour.
Right. So enjoy the podcast, guys. Go give them a follow at Biodegradable Golf Balls on Instagram, and
just let them know that Mulligans and Hackers sent you his way.
Absolutely, and search them up on online and check out their website. They got some cool stuff there, not just golf balls, but some tees and
and there's some merch there as well. So
yeah, check it out. Support the guy. He's a really cool entrepreneur. It's a cool idea he's been working with, and he'll explain it to you throughout the podcast. So enjoy the listening, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.
See you, everyone.
So how's it going, guys? Mulligans?
Good. How are you, man?
Good. Where are you guys based out of?
Medicine Hat, Alberta. Good old.
What? What are you guys doing searching up biodegradable golf balls?
Well,
how'd you come across us?
Well, I found you on Instagram. Just kind of came across your page on Instagram, and I was intrigued. I'm like, okay, biodegradable golf balls. This is something that, I'd like to know a little more about, because, I just thought it was interesting that there could be a golf ball out there that is biodegradable, but you could still play golf with.
I'm going to be honest. The golf ball that we have is it's a water soluble golf ball. So when it's exposed to precipitation, that's when it's going to start to dissolve. So generally speaking, people don't use this for like use on greens. They're going to go out. They're going to like find a lake. They're going to find like an ocean front. They're going to set up a driving range into the water. That's what most of our customers do.
Okay. That's kind of where I was thinking, because if you were playing around and you were playing around in the rain, would it start to break down like
100%? Yeah, these things start to like, yep, they literally are. They're made from PVA, calcium carbonate, glycerin, and water, and they'll start to dissolve pretty much immediately as soon as it is exposed to precipitation.
Interesting. So where did the idea come from, Mitchell?
Well, I actually heard some people talking about it one time, and I came from a digital marketing background. So I ended up putting a website online, and I overheard some people talking about it, and I got the domain. I did an exact match keyword, and then I completely forgot about the website. I let this thing just sit online for a little bit, and then I came back to it. And about 6 months later, I was like, oh my God, I had a sale, but I just didn't have my PayPal hooked up. And then I hooked my PayPal up. I cleaned up the website a little bit, and then 6 months later passed, and I got some money sent to my PayPal, and I was like, geez, really? This is actually a thing. So then I ordered some product. It's an injection mold. The way that we created this product is we use a raw the PVA, the calcium carbonate, and the glycerin, and we inject it into like do you know what an injection mold is for plastics?
Mhm.
Yep.
And then we'll just have like the golf ball mold, and then it'll pop out, right? So I ordered that from a company overseas, and then I just started like pretty much going to town advertising it. And I've just been, kind of double downing. I haven't taken any money out of this company since, so I've just been recycling it and just trying to grow it. And it's been going pretty well for the last year and a half, 2 years.
So there's
It's
quite
crazy.
there's a big market there, or a decent sized market there.
I've dominated my niche. So like, particularly with the water soluble biodegradable golf balls, there's not very many people doing it. And I've managed to stay on top of that keyword. And like anytime that you search anything to do with this specific product, I'll come up first. So
Nice.
it's not that like there's a lot of demand for it. It's just that the demand that's there is always going to go to my website or go to my product, right?
Nice.
Yeah, I was wondering that in my mind when I saw this. It is a niche market that you're looking at.
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like there's when going back to what you originally said with like the use on the green, like is this a biodegradable golf ball? We can use it on the green. There is a company, and you should reach out to them. They're called Dixon, and
What
they
was
were
that?
the
What was
first.
that again? You kind of cut out there.
Oh, it's called Dixon.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you should reach out to them. They actually created a biodegradable ball that's used on the green.
Hmm. I guess
They're
we'll see
not
that.
gonna dissolve like as fast as the golf balls that I have. But they're based out of Arizona, and I've heard a lot of good things about them.
Hmm.
So that might be something that you guys look into next time.
Cool. Yeah, that's again in that niche. That would be something that I would look into to see if there's a golf ball that you can actually play around with.
That would be theirs. Yeah, they
Yeah.
totally do.
Yeah.
And I think they have a couple different
Because when I was
styles.
looking at your golf ball, and the thoughts that were rolling around in my head is like, so all these top brand golf ball makers, manufacturers, their R&D is millions and millions of dollars into this for distance and
Oh yeah.
spin and right. And I'm like, so you have a one piece, and I'm guessing it's a one piece biodegradable
Yep.
golf ball, right? You get a one piece. How does that react off the club face? I'm still intrigued, and I still like to give one a try, just to hit one, and there's just so many things
man.
about it that's just interesting.
I'll send you a box. Just send me your address after on Instagram, and I'll get you some product.
Oh, cool. I really like to try them. I really would.
Yeah, so like they're gonna hit a little less. They're gonna hit like 30% less than a Pro V1. They're mainly for novelty, to just like go and have fun, like have some beers and like just crank out into the
Crank
water. Set
balls
up
into the water.
Or like
Yeah.
prank balls on your buddies on a course or something like that, or what?
Oh yeah. Yeah, like the Shanker ones.
Yeah.
Have you seen those ones?
Yeah.
Those ones are cool, yeah.
So
I mean, yeah.
no, go ahead, Mitch.
I was I was gonna say, so somebody gave me a really good analogy of it was kind of it was in me. So like apparently in the US, there's steel shot. Like when you go to like hunt or something like that, you use steel shot bullets. And there was eco-friendly alternatives, if you were gonna go like hunt like waterfowl or something like that. There was eco-friendly, or sorry, no, let me rewind here. It was lead, that's what it was. It was lead shot.
Okay.
So when people would go and hunt, they would use lead shot bullets. And that was really bad for the environment, right? But there was eco-friendly, but they didn't hit as good, right? So people would never use the eco-friendly. Why would they ever go and shoot waterfowl? It's like going to be way harder to hit with these steel bullets or steel shots. But then the government came in and they made it illegal to use lead shot when you're hunting waterfowl in some regions. So then these bullet manufacturers were forced to kind of have to figure out like eco-friendly alternatives, and that was at the point where the industry started to change, right?
Right.
Cool.
So the reason why I'm bringing that up is these big companies that are going to put the R&D up, put the money up for the R&D, they're not going to start doing anything that's going to really change the industry until there's like some sort of like government body that makes it illegal.
Yeah.
And
That
that's when you're going to see like an actual biodegradable golf ball that's has the same performance as the Pro V1 that you can play on the course that isn't bad for the environment.
So is this just something that like you just kind of came up with in your spare time and just kind of said, hey, I just kind of want to see what happens with this, or?
Totally, man. Yeah.
Nice.
Totally.
That's wild.
Yeah.
How you can just create that and it starts to roll a little bit, right?
Yeah, you got to be committed to it. You got to like, you can't just like again, like I've been doing this for about 4 years now. And when I first got started, I was like super nervous because I'm actually not a golfer myself.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
We're not real golfers either, just so you know.
Yeah,
We golf, but we're not that good.
We golf, but we're not real golfers.
But yeah, like when I first got started, I was scared because like I thought that people were gonna like look at me different because I didn't golf, but it's not the case. And I was like, yeah, I definitely gave I gave a little bit of bullshit when I first started. Like when I would talk to people, I would like try to pretend like I knew shit, and it's not. I don't.
Well, that's cool. That's kind of why we do what we do here. We're small time as well, but we always like to give guys like you and you know a platform to speak about your product and what you're doing and I thought it was interesting, so I really wanted to chat with you. And that's why we kind of reached out and said, hey, let's just have a chat about this. And okay, it's a niche golf ball, but I get why you would do this, especially for we have a guy that golfs with us that goes to a cabin on a lake and they hit golf balls into the lake. Well,
they're always going to do it, man, and they're
right?
not going to use eco ones. And this is the alternative to that.
Yeah,
It's for guys like that like they want to go and like crank it into the water. They're going to use a normal golf ball. And if you can slide them a pack of mine and be like, hey man, you should use these ones, they're going to dissolve in 30 days.
Yeah, it's better for the environment,
like the
better
idea.
for everybody.
Yeah, that's and again, yeah, maybe a niche, but if that's a niche that a niche that there is a need there for.
Totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and if you can continue cornering the market like it seems like you have, and I mean you're off to a good start. It sounds like it's a little, it's obviously because it is so nichey, it's going to take some time to build, but by looking at your website, it looks like you're off to a good start.
I see. Yeah,
man. I mean, I'm doing okay with it. I just to make something real good, it might take a lot of money, and you might need like $500,000 to get something that's like really well put together. And even then, that's not enough. You know what I mean?
Right.
A lot of money to do the R&D. R&D is so expensive, man, and you don't get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's almost like the ultimate investment is the R&D, right?
Yeah, man. I mean,
with no potential on return.
Dude, yeah, exactly. So like I've talked to a couple universities. They've reached out to me. There was one guy that was, where were they based out of? Shit, man, I can't even remember. It was some state university in the States, but they were doing something with soybean. And they wanted to do a collaboration, but because I'm a Canadian company, it just didn't quite work out. Yeah, there's a whole sustainable golf movement. It's mostly over in the European countries, though. I've met a couple of the guys. I've talked to them. They're all pretty cool, but I'm gonna just rattle off a couple. There's what are they called? Verta Golf. They do like a sustainable golf cleaner. I think there's the Bigger Ball. They do like bamboo golf tees. There's Sustainable Golf Week, and they do like an app that golf courses can use to limit their water intake and how much water they're using on the golf course. It's really interesting. I never would have thought 5 years ago that I'd be so like in this little niche market of like sustainable golf, but here I am, right?
Yeah, and yeah, I think especially here, if it starts to grow overseas and it does, we almost see that migration of the 5-year period from Europe to North America, right? And if you're already established in that market, you could really take off with this.
Yeah, man. I'm excited to see what happens. So yeah, I don't know. Check back in a couple of years and see where it ends up. Maybe I'll just get maybe someone will just buy the name. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
right.
Like some big
Yeah, I
company
mean,
will be fun.
and then, yeah, we were just, I was just chatting with a guy that makes golf gloves, and
Yeah.
that's exactly how he got into the golf gloves. Was his previous business, he sold it, and
Oh, really?
that's how he moved into the just making golf gloves, and it had nothing to do with golf. It just sold that. Okay, now I'm going into the golf glove market, and here I am, right?
Yeah, totally.
So
Yeah, you never know what you get into, man. I mean, I like had this idea for a vegan mushroom golf glove, but I can't seem to get my hands on the mushroom leather.
really,
Yeah, the mushroom
Interesting.
leather's yeah, mushroom leather's really hard to get right now, but if you could get some and make a little golf glove, I think that'd be cool.
yeah, that'd be interesting too.
Definitely be
Yeah,
something that's probably not out there on the market anywhere. Again, another niche
No,
thing,
it's not.
right? Like, so it'd
Yeah.
send
It's,
everything towards you.
I love the niche products, man. That's like that's where the like the traffic is. That's where the money is. You gotta kind of think about things like that.
Well, yeah,
cool.
not competing against, all the big time names. You're just competing, essentially against yourself. And if you're putting out a good product, you're going to get a good turnaround, right?
Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah,
and so that there's, I guess there's a potential of one of the big golf ball manufacturers saying, "Hey, we want that golf ball. We want that biodegradable golf ball. Now we're going to buy that off you."
Or even the
They're,
name.
yeah. The realistically, like I think what they're gonna do is just gonna buy it just so it's not on Google anymore, and then they just
Yeah,
make it. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, that's how that works as well, right? We've all seen that happen in the past. So
But they'll pay good
That's
money for it.
yeah. I mean, realistically, like if that's what happens, I'm fine with that. But I mean, I also do like if it ends up going the way where I end up doing the R&D, like I'm cool with that as well.
it's cool, man.
Yeah,
It's pretty sweet, actually.
yeah,
It's a
man.
pretty sweet story how you set that up and how you were, you had the initiative to do it and you took your entrepreneur kind of action. It's
Thank you.
really cool.
And just to throw it out there, your social media is working because that's how I saw it. And that's how I reached out and I wanted to chat to you about it. So your socials are
Nice.
working.
Okay, good to know because I'm not too good with it. I had a guy trying to help me with it, and then I don't know, we just ended up drifting apart.
It's
It
his
was
own
just yeah, difficult.
the social media aspect of it is it's its own animal, man.
Takes so much time and effort.
Yeah, I mean, we're just getting in. I mean, this is our second year of doing like guest podcasts, and we've seen the incremental growth of doing this stuff. But yeah,
Yeah,
it's a lot of work for very little return. But
yeah, oh
we
yeah,
for us, for guys like me and Chris, we're we're doing this for fun anyway, so it doesn't seem like work,
yeah, of course,
right?
yeah, yeah,
I mean, we reach out and chat to people, and we've built some really good relationships in this little thing that we're doing here, this little genre. And I mean, we're not even on the podcast charts anywhere in North America, really. But this is how we do it. We reach out, we contact, and again, who knows where you'll go, or who knows where we'll go, right?
totally, man. You should go to some golf shows. I was just at the Novi one in Detroit.
Okay.
You know about that one?
Yeah, and they just had the one in Ontario a couple of weeks ago because
Oh, you mean the Toronto one, right?
the Toronto one, yeah.
Yeah, I went to that
Yeah.
one too. Yeah,
Did you? Because
yeah, I went to
we
the Toronto one.
wear the lids for 36 a day because we're affiliated with them,
Okay.
and he was at the Toronto Golf Show. So
Yeah, it was good, man. I mean, I'm not a consumer facing booth though. I tried to do it. It didn't work out for me very well.
mhm.
It's easier for me to pitch like the golf courses and not pitch consumers.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
it's not a huge market. Like when I'm going out, like they're like, oh, this is a great idea. I have nowhere to use it though,
Right.
so it's difficult. Again, it's just I think the product shines online.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I can attest to that because I went to your website, I looked at the tees and some of your shirt merchandise that's there,
Thank you.
and yeah.
Sick.
So
Well, guys,
yeah, man,
what do you guys
I really
like?
appreciate you coming on. I appreciate your time because anybody who jumps on here and does this with us, I really appreciate the time. And
Of
I'm
course.
really interested to see, maybe we will check back in a year or two and see where you are with this.
Oh yeah. Well, I'm just getting my first shipment out to the UK, so that should be fun.
Yeah,
I'm doing
yeah,
Amazon out there.
let us know how that works out with the whole tariffs and all that type of nonsense when it comes to
Oh
shipping.
man,
to
yeah,
the
you
UK.
gotta get this. You gotta get a VAT number to do anything over there. And that
Yeah,
was just an absolute pain in the ass to try to get.
I can only imagine, man. I can only imagine. But anyways,
So
dude, thanks
yeah,
for
yeah,
showing.
send me your address. You send me your address.
Yep.
Sorry, I didn't even catch your name. I
My
got Chris
name is
up here.
Chris is up there. I'm Alvin.
Alvin? Okay, both of you send me your address and I'll get you a couple packs.
That sounds good, man.
Sweet. We'll give you some feedback on them. We'll use them and test them out.
Don't hit them in the water though. Don't do.
No,
Don't
no,
use
for
them.
sure. We will, for sure.
I'll send
Yeah,
you yours too.
Yeah, because if I triple bogey the first hole with one of your golf balls, you're gonna hear it, man.
Yeah, give it whoever you're playing against. Give them the golf ball.
All right.
There you go.
Yeah,
There
here you go, guys. Use this. Nerf their
Yeah, there you
shots.
go.
That's a great idea. No,
All right, Mitchell.
we really appreciate your time.
Okay, buddy. All right.
Have a good one, Mitch.
Yeah.
Thanks, buddy. See ya.
Yeah, yeah.